Hey everyone, welcome back. Honda has released their second batch of updates for their 2024 lineup. My original lineup video, right here, from back in December, only had some bikes updated, as is common with Honda. They released some updates in the fall and then some more a couple months into the new year. We're going to cover the second batch of updates here, so stay tuned. Honda is different from most manufacturers in that they don't necessarily update all their bikes every year. Most manufacturers will release all of their bikes every year, even if there are no significant changes to the bike. Honda doesn't always do that. If a bike has no changes in price, color, or specs, they just leave it as is. They don't release the same model for the new year. We start off with the Montesa trial bikes. The Montesa Coda 4RT260R has a 259cc fuel-injected 5-speed engine, 25.6-inch seat height, half-gallon tank, and a weight of 170 pounds. Same price as 2023 at $9,300, so nothing has changed here. Same goes for the 2024 Montesa Coda 301RR, 298cc 5-speed with a 26.8-inch seat height, half-gallon tank, 161 pounds. This costs $11,900, as does the race replica version, which has a special paint scheme. These are basically the same as 2023 as well. All of the trail bikes were covered in my earlier updates, so we moved to the motocross. Most of these were covered as well, with one exception. The CRF 150R has now been updated to 2024 with two trims. These each have a 150cc 5-speed engine with a 1.1 gallon tank and weigh about 185 pounds. The base model has a 32.8-inch seat height and 11.9-inch ground clearance and costs $5,400. The CRF 150R Expert has a higher seat height of 34.1 inch and 13.2 inches of ground clearance and costs $5,600. These are both up $100 from last year. Next up is the Dual Sport. The 450RL was already updated and discussed, so we'll skip that and go over the rest of them. First is the XR150L with a 149cc 5-speed. Only one trim. It has a 32.8-inch seat height, weighs 282 pounds, and has a 2.8 gallon tank. It comes in two colors, black and white, and cost is $3,100, up $128 from 2023. Next is the CRF 300 series, which comes in three different versions. These all have a 286cc 6-speed. We start with the 300L. This one has a 2.1 gallon tank, a 34.7-inch seat height, weighs 306 pounds, and only comes in red. The base 300L costs $5,450, and the 300L ABS costs $5,750. These are up $50 from last year. Next is the 300LS. Only one trim. I don't see an ABS option here, and only comes in gray. 2.1 gallon tank, lower seat height of 32.7, weighs 311 pounds. Cost is $5,750, also up $50 from last year. Last of the 300s is the 300L Rally. Two trims, with and without ABS. Comes only in red. 35.2-inch seat height, 3.4 gallon tank, weighs just over 330 pounds. Base model is $6,200 and the ABS model is $6,500. Both are also up $50 from last year. Skipping the 450, so the last of the dual sports is the XR650L. Only one trim and only comes in white. 644cc 5-speed, 37-inch seat height, 2.8 gallon tank, 346 pounds. Same price as 2023 at $7,000. Next up are the adventure bikes. The 500X has still not been updated, so I'm wondering if this one will not be updated this year. We already covered the NC750 and the Transalp, so the big news on the adventure bikes is that Honda has finally updated the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin has not been updated since 2022. We have four different trims available. They all have a 1083cc parallel twin, and they are all up $300 from 2022. The base model has a 34.3-inch seat height that can be lowered down to 33.5, a 5-gallon tank, and weighs 510 pounds. Price is $14,800. Next is the Africa Twin Base DCT, which is the automatic transmission option, for $15,600. These come in one color, red with black. Next up is the Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES version. Comes in white, 33.7-inch seat height that can be lowered to 32.9, a 6.6 gallon tank and weighs 535 pounds. This is $17,600, and the DCT for the ES is $18,400. The DCT versions weigh about 25 pounds more. So that answers the questions of whether or not Honda was getting rid of the Africa Twin or just waiting a couple years for the next update. On to the street bikes. At the bottom of the list is the scooters. The only scooter that wasn't previously updated is the PCX. We do have a 2024 157cc automatic, 30-inch seat height, 2-gallon tank, weighs 286 pounds, one trim, and comes in gray. Price is $4,250, up $100 from 2023. Moving on to the minis, the Grom, Super Cub, and Monkey were already updated. Navi still has not been updated, but the Trail 125 has. Now comes in yellow instead of gray, 124cc, 4-speed, semi-automatic, 31.5-inch seat height, 1.4 gallon tank, weighs 256 pounds. Price is $4,100, also up $100 from 2023. On to the standard or naked bikes. Previously we had 4 models that had not yet been updated. We still have 2 with no update, the CB500F and the CB650R. The SCL 500 has been updated, so we'll start with that. One trim that comes in 3 colors, 471cc parallel twin, 6-speed, 31.1-inch seat height, 3.2 gallon tank, and weighs 423 pounds. The SCL 500 costs $6,800, same as 2023. But in 2023 we only had 2 colors, not 3. This looks a lot like the Kawasaki Eliminator, or maybe I should say the Kawasaki Eliminator looks a lot like this, since this one came out before the Eliminator did. ABS is standard on this, and it looks like you get a little bit more bang for the buck than the Eliminator. Seat height on the Eliminator is a bit lower if that's important to you. The other standard that has been updated is the CB1000R, one trim and one color, 998cc, inline 4, 32.7-inch seat height, 4.3 gallon tank, 472 pounds. Price is $13,000, same as last year. None of the sport bikes have been updated yet. The CBR 300R is still at a 2022 version, and the 500R and 650R are still at 2023. Of the 3 super sport bikes, 2 have been updated. Fireblade has not been updated for 2024. So we'll start with the CBR 600RR with 2 trims, one with ABS and one without. 599cc, 6-speed, 32.4-inch seat height, 4.8 gallon tank, and weighs 417 pounds. Cost for non-ABS is $12,200, with ABS is $13,200. These are both up $100 from 2023. The CBR 1000RR is similar, 2 trims, one with ABS, one without, just one color, both up $100. 1000cc, 6-speed, 32.8-inch seat height, 4.3 gallon tank, weighs 432 pounds. This year's price is $16,700 without ABS and $17,000 with ABS. So there you go, folks. That's it for Honda update number 2. Not a lot of changes other than the rebirth of the Africa Twin. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. Thanks for being here. Take care, everyone. See you on the next one.